Hey everyone, so I am back today with another hair related video. I feel that my curls need a little bit of refreshing. So I'm gonna do something new. I've never done this short layered haircut. And also it's not short really because I'm keeping the length. I'm gonna put a picture up here of what my inspiration is. I just got out of the shower, I washed my hair, I conditioned it, and I'm just gonna detangle it real quick so I can part it. This is very important because our parting has to be perfect. Basically what I'm going to do is part my hair according to the layers that I want to cut. And I know that around here is the layer that I want to be the shortest. This is kind of where my fringe is going to be. And I try to make it as even as possible. And then I'm just gonna tie this up. And then the next one, and go to the back. Put this one up. Next one is going to be right above my ear. And now I'm going to evaluate the situation because I want to keep the length of my hair, but I want more layers. So I just want to see what is the amount of hair I actually want to keep as the bottom layer. Okay. So I think I'm gonna divide this layer in two as well. Hey, it's future me, so I would just suggest you leave this layer as one because the bottom layer turned out to be a little bit thin for me, so I would just leave it as it is. Put this layer up because I'm gonna start cutting with this. I'm gonna start cutting the other one. I know it looks a bit crazy. Okay, so now my hair is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, and I have the bottom layer tied up here that I don't want to touch because I'm keeping the length of my hair, and then this is what I'm gonna start with. So I'm gonna divide the hair in the middle and bring it to the front. And I want to cut at least, let's see, this much. I'm gonna bring my hair to the side and cut. Okay. So now you can see that it has a nice shape, it's not just a blunt cut. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. There you go. And if you did it right, these two should be around the same length. Now, I'm actually gonna take the bottom layer out and I'm gonna work my way up. Ooh. Okay, so as you can see, this is my bottom layer and this is my next layer, right? So it blends quite nicely, I think. And now I'm gonna take out this layer, hold on to it, divide it in two, put back this half, now you can see this is quite a big layer, or quite a big piece of hair. I'm not going to just take it up and cut the whole thing. I'm gonna divide it in two. akar ver. Perfect. Alright, so you can see that what I just cut is just right above the layer. I think the difference is around 3-4 centimeters. I'm gonna do more or less the same thing with this one. Okay. I'm quite satisfied with this length, so I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, here you can see the length is the same, and then I have 2 more layers, and this one, it might be a little too long, yes. Checking the length, I like this more. I'm gonna move on to the next layer. So as you can see, this layer that I'm gonna cut now is basically the same as my bottom layer, and the layer under it is like here, so I have to go even shorter with this one. So now what I'm gonna do is again a bit similar. I have the 2 sides. I'm gonna bring the hair to the side and cut it. Okay. Now the one next to my face. Okay. And I see here that I have some hairs that need to go. So that's what they're gonna do. And I think for now I'm gonna leave this, the piece right next to my face, this length. And I'm gonna come back later and cut it when I see how the whole thing is looking like. Because I've never done this before, I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. Alright, then we're gonna move on to the other side. Let me see. This is where we are now, and I actually can see that I cut a bit shorter on this side, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make this one same length. Okay, so now these 2 are ending where my jaw starts here. And now we're gonna move on to the top, which is probably the most exciting part. I'm going to start with the back actually. Just gonna take this off. Try to keep this in place here. Okay. Hold it up and cut everything. Cut everything. Goodbye. Goodbye hair. Now I'm gonna move on to the middle. Again, keep this to the side. I'm gonna take a little piece from the back so I can see what is the length that I'm going for. That's my guide there. And let go. Alright. Okay, now this part. This is basically your fringe. what I'm gonna do is take up more hair that I have here, and I don't want this to be as short, but I want it to be a little bit shorter than what it is right now, otherwise we won't have the layers. So again, I just pulled up the hair and I'm cutting away. Check it in the back, so I have the layers that I want. Yeah, I think it's looking good. What I'm gonna do now is dry it, come back when it's dry and see if there's any place where I want to cut a little bit more. So see you in a bit. Alright, here we go. End results. I think it turned out pretty cool, pretty much how I wanted it. I'm gonna have to do like an air dried version because my hair really doesn't like to be dried in this super humid weather. But there you go. So as you can see here, the bottom layer is a bit thin and there's not much hair next to my ears. This is why I would leave that bottom layer just one instead of dividing it in two the next time I'm doing this haircut. Otherwise I'm pretty satisfied, so it turned out pretty well. And yeah, overall I think it turned out pretty nicely. Thank you so much for watching, guys.